Hi guys, Dave Fitz of Philippine Bible Ministries. Can God really trust us? What does this mean? So I want to tell a story, a D.L. Moody story. I love D.L. Moody's stories. They're one of the best guys. When you read his stuff or hear, there's an impersonator out there. Maybe I'll link his one of his videos. He's an actor, not a impersonator. He's an actor, and he does a D.L. Moody thing. It's amazing. But I love his stories. He's one of my favorite authors. I was thinking about this today. Uneducated man, self-educated, you might say. Didn't go to Bible college. Some of the greatest pastors of all time didn't go to Bible college. Anyway, he tells a story about beans, and the story goes like this: there was a company that had all these beans that went bad, green beans. I guess they were green beans, and they didn't want to throw them away. They didn't want to take the loss, so they put them up on this place. I guess it was a roof of a building or something that was covered, and they went up and they put soda on them every day. I don't know if it was baking soda or some kind of, I don't know what it was. He said soda to make them look fresh. And then they went out and they bought a bunch of really good prime beans, right? Green beans. And they put the prime beans in separate barrels, and then they would take other barrels and they would mix them with these other beans. They put a little bit of the good beans, a little bit of the bad beans, good beans, bad beans, right? And then they would just sell the beans. And then when anybody came to buy the beans, they would just show them the good beans. Oh, open up and so they would open a new one and show them the good beans, right? And they thought they were very shrewd, and we're still gonna make money. We're gonna make a lot of money, and we're gonna get rid of these beans, so we don't lose a bunch of money because we're a business. We can't be losing money. So one of the guys that worked for him, he's a Christian, and he thought, "Well, I can't be this." No. They said, "Just do it. You don't have to lie to anybody. Just sell them. Just sell them." So, oh, I guess I'll do it, right? So, a guy shows up, a very shrewd, very smart businessman shows up and says, um, "Why are the beans so cheap?" Well, what do you mean? There's a good. No, he goes, "Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. You can't sell beans that cheap. It doesn't make sense." He says, Something's fishy here." He says, "We open another barrel." You open it. Yeah, something's off here. He goes, "Would you like to?" He goes, "I'd like to see the place where these beans come from." So I take him down where the beans are stored in the things, and he goes, and he asks the guy, he says, "Those beans you showed me, are they the same in all those barrels?" And the guy said, the guy telling the story says, "I couldn't lie. It was bad enough what I was doing, but now he's asking me to say a bald-faced lie, and I couldn't do it." He goes, I just felt something in my heart. It says, no, I can't do it." So he says, "No, sir, they're not the same beans." So the guy left. So I went back, and his boy said, "Did you buy the beans?" He goes, "No." He goes, "Why not?" "Well, he asked me if they were the same beans, and I couldn't lie to him." So they fired him. About 6 months later, they hired him back. They said, that was a terrible thing that we did, and you're the only one that stood up. You're the only one that stood up for it. You're the only one that stood up for the truth, and so we want to hire you back, and we want you to be in charge because you're the only one we can trust." Huh? You're the only one we can trust. So the question I ask myself: can the Lord trust me? If I was to get into a situation where I knew I could cheat and get away with it, like whatever it is, and I could think of a lot. My devious mind could think of a lot of things. Maybe it's a theft. Maybe it's a girl on the side. Maybe it's a whole bunch of weird things that I can think of, bad things in my mind. Would I do it if I had an opportunity to say, "You can get away with this. No one's gonna know," or am I someone that Lord can trust? Right? Someone once said, "Character is how you are when no one's around. How are you when the lights out? How are you?" And someone else said, we have this evilness. I think we do. I think we still have this evilness in our heart as a sinner, and then we have this goodness. And when you give up the evilness, that's the best thing you could offer the Lord. Not your sin, but giving up your sin. So it's just something to ponder, something to think about, something that we all want. We all want to have that. What is it? Character. Because a good character is somewhere. It's, I think in the Proverbs it says a good character is one of the most valuable things you can have. A man's name is one of the best things you could ever have. Because when your character's been besmirched, when your character's gone, you really have nothing, right? And it's really hard to get it back, you know. So you have to ask yourself a few questions. Lord, am I that person? Let me be that person. On one hand, we wanted that be that person. And D.L. Mooney said, this guy named Varney said, no one's ever seen the likes of a man who's totally sold out to follow Christ. I think Paul the Apostle, I think he's wrong about that. But be that as it may. And then D.L. Mooney said, let me be that man. So on the top end of the scale, the greatest you could do is to be that man totally sold out. But then we get down here a little bit. We get down here to like down here, and then we get way down here, and it's like, but can you trust me, Lord? Right? So every day when I say my prayers with my wife and my prayers, my private prayers, when I say thy will be done, forgive us our trespasses, I always say, Lord, I have just sin in my heart and my mind that comes in. So here it is, whatever it is, Lord, and just let me be that man. And then it says, for thine is the power. So, Lord, give me the power to overcome. Help me to overcome whatever's happening. Help me to be the one that you can trust, Lord. Because I don't think he's going to use people he can't trust. And I'm not sure about that because you can look at people in history. You can look at people in the Bible that were not exactly straight arrow, that God still used them. Heck, he even used the evil people. Everybody, God uses every situation, right? But you don't want to take a chance. You really want to be that person God can trust. So Lord, help me. Help me to be that person you can trust every day. And like another, but I think it's Casting Crowns, one of their songs says, when I lay my head on the pillow at the end of the day, let me be able to say, Lord, today I did right. Today I was your person today, Lord. You know, and help me be that person that you can trust, Lord. And please don't let me fall. Please don't let me fall, Lord. Please don't let me be that person who loses their what's it called? The people who loses a good name. Please don't let me be that person. Please don't let me be another person who stumbled in this and that or whatever. Don't let me be filled with anger. Don't let me be filled with all these things, Lord. Please fill me with your love and your goal. Because it's a continuing thing, I think it's a continuing thing. It's not just like you said the thing one time. You say, let me work out my salvation. Well, I'm already saved, so it doesn't quite mean that. There's a deeper meaning to that. But I think it means let me be that person you can trust every day, Lord. Change me, Lord. Use me, Lord. It says he who overcomes all over. It's all over the scripture, right? Especially like Revelation, the letters. But it's all over the scripture that he who overcomes, he who overcomes. Let me be that overcoming person, Lord. And let me not be that person. I was reading with my wife. We're in Romans 7, I think it is, where it says, "Oh wretched man, why do I do these things?" I don't want to be Romans 7. I want to be Romans 8. Don't forget to turn the page. Oh, I'm such a wretched sinner. Paul was such a sinner. We're all sinners. Yeah, but what about Romans 8? There's therefore now no condemnation, right? Oh, what a wretched man I am, but I thank the Lord Jesus Christ, right? And that's why it's called faith. I'll say this one more time. I've said this. I keep saying the same things over and over if I think it's important. Jesus did it. The Bible does it. So I feel like I'm in good company, right? And the thing is that I want to say, hang on a sec. The thing that I want to say is the reason it's called faith is because you can't see it, right? So when I ask the Lord, help me be that person you can trust. Help me be that trustworthy person that you can just depend on me and let me not stumble. And the thing that I can't see is that I feel like I do have stumbling in me. I feel like I'm not going to make it. Something bad's going to happen. That the wrong person is going to come up and something bad's going to happen and I'm going to fall and I'm going to destroy everything and I'm just going to go hide in the corner and eat paint the rest of my life and just be depressed and hope that I get into heaven. Except for one thing, faith is in things unseen. So this thing I want to tell my friends. This is the thing I want to tell my friends that want to hang on to their sin. I want to say, well, I'm just a sinner. It doesn't matter. I'm always a sinner. Paul was a sinner. We're all just sinners. No, because you can't see it. But Jesus said you can do it. He wouldn't say he who overcomes if you can't overcome, right? And then a lot of the stuff I have overcome, and I do overcome on a day by day basis. Good days, bad days, depending on what I do, and prepare myself and guard my heart and mind, right? But just because you're not seeing it in your life right now doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It does mean it's going to happen as long as you trust him and stay in him. And sometimes he uses the doubt and fear and everything just to get you closer to him, just to pick you up and hold you and say, I know you're scared, I know, but don't be scared. I'm right here. I will never leave you or forsake you. Nothing can take you away from my love. Not the devil, none of this stuff. As long as you keep turning back to him. And lift me up, Papa, Abba, Father. So that's what I got, guys. I want to be a trustworthy person, and I trust him to do it. So I want to trust him to make me a trustworthy person. God bless you guys. That's all for now.